We're at the Grammy Museum inside of the Clive Davis Theater for our second annual Grammy Museum Hip Hop Block Party. So the whole purpose of the Grammy Museum Hip Hop Block Party is really to celebrate and highlight local artists, talent, businesses, and brands. So that's what you'll see at the block party, where we get a chance to, see who's in our community, what do they do, what's the talent here, who are the entrepreneurs, and everybody gets to come together here at the Grammy Museum for a nice celebration. So this would not be possible without the support from the Department of Cultural Affairs, who is our sponsors for this event. The first year we did it, they were the sponsors, which helped us to kick this off, and they must have enjoyed it because we're back again for the second annual. And I'm gonna just put it out there now. We're gonna do third, fourth, fifth. We're gonna wake up one day and be like, here's the 10th.
The one thing that I really love that the Hip Hop Block Party did was really kind of open the eyes to the community that there's so much more here in the museum to experience on a regular basis. And I think they told a friend, and then they told two friends, and I think this second year is going to be phenomenal. There's this resurgence of double dutch and jump roping, as you know, in that black and brown community is so big since you're a little girl, and even the guys are in it now that it's become a national competition if you ever watch on ESPN. And when we see people who are internationally taking it over, like in Japan, I was like, yeah, we got to bring the double dutch back. And because the spotlight is on the Los Angeles community, I was like, let me dig around and see who's popping in LA so that we can get this whole double dutch effect. And then I had to call on my girls. LA. We've got some Krump funk going down. You know, it was born here in LA, and called on my friend Ruin, who was part of the show last year. He got his crew. They're going to come and rip the stage, tear the building down, and I'm just excited to see it. So we're just going to give them a whole full hip-hop experience.
Hello, my name is Tight Eyex. So this is a Krump session, okay? You guys are coming into our world. Krump stands for Kingdom Radically Uplifted Mighty Praise. It is a street dance, but it is also a praise dance. Now, the version we're gonna do is the session version. So you have full rights to give energy, be crazy, because we crazy like that. We dance with our heart and energy. So you're about to see that displayed, and we're having fun. Even though it looks crazy aggressive, we're having fun. So you guys can join in. It's friendly, but it's aggressive.
Tap. We are used to seeing Gregory Hines and Sammy Davis Jr.'s, but there are these fabulous females who are viral sensations. They are proteges of Debbie Allen's, and I get to call them friends, and I was like, any opportunity to spotlight some really amazing talent, and of course, bring new people to the fold who are sitting in the audience thinking, oh my God, I can make a career out of tap. I've got the Syncopated ladies coming. They're like, who? What? Them? They're here?
The Syncopated Ladies is an all-female tap dancing band, and our mission is to bring tap to the current. And so hip-hop and tap, I look at them as family. Tap dance is the original American street dance, formed out of the necessity for freedom amongst Black Americans that were suffering enslavement. And so hip-hop has that same feeling, the necessity for freedom and expression, and comes out of improvisation as well. So I love marrying these two family members. And tonight what you're gonna see is a mixture of our improv. We're gonna dance to awesome hip hop music, and it's gonna just be a fiery night.
I want to see tonight's show, and I want to see the poetry. I want to hear and feel the poetry because so much has happened in the world. So much has happened between the pandemic, between the election, between the fires here in Los Angeles, that people just want to pour their hearts out and they really just kind of want to let off some steam. And I'm really here to hear some of those stories.
Hi, my name is Barbara Fant. I started writing really when my mother passed when I was 15 years old, and I started writing as a form of prayer. I was an angry teenager. I couldn't really talk to anybody. Poetry became this way of communicating to God, communicating to other people, processing. Putting together the Poetry Open Mic, I brought together my friends, people who I love, who I'm in community with. I'm most looking forward to people coming into this space and being able to hear poetry in the Grammy Museum, but then also to be able to share their work on stage and to be able to say, like, I performed at the Grammy Museum. And so I'm super excited about that tonight.
This sounded bass of faith be holy. If this be holy ground, then the water on which I stood choked the sand out of me. I believed in galaxy. Became burning night star, fell crater dust on elbows, kneecaps of prayer promises, my testimony. Came warped in the guitar of my mother's casket, my father's brain chest, bent into crucifix, they called me oak, as if I bloomed from sacrifice. Even those demons knew me by name. I was breaking chains of generational curses, choking voices, butterfly trapped in the spiderweb of my throat, my spine was laddered. My dreams were reaching towards a more I didn't yet know. I swallowed balloon like hot air, resurrected into ball of fire, delivered from fire. The line between artistic and anointing, I walked on water. In the belly of the waves, shed my scales found, I was slave to my own body. Silence can be so loud, loud is often all I know of silence. My soul is of percussion, I am rhythm. Saxophone into trumpet bass, ground of taste surrounded by sound. But can I hear God's voice in the bass of my own faith? I said, can I hear God's voice in the bass of my own faith? So often, can I hear God's voice trapped inside the bass of my own faith? My name is Barbara Fant, and I am so excited to be here with y'all today. You are at the Hip Hop Block Party, the second annual at the Grammy Museum, y'all. What? This poem is for the city stoop, for the color clay and how we cure escape beneath the sky, for our bend and bloom and beckon. This poem is for the truth, meaning it's for all of us, meaning it's for the words return, come as you are, for air, hearts, and congregation. This poem is the other side of church that advocates the people's voice over the person's preach, that would love to dance to Come As You Are like a 1980-something Prince song without fear that our posters will be torn or are free and flawed and yet fruitful, for the block bodies will be mislabeled weapons.
My name is Yazmin Monet Watkins, and I am a human being falling in love with all my flaws. My perfections, I be both affirmation and the answer, full of so many questions. I challenge status quo, racing round intersections. I plan on skidding into the finish line of this honey sweet life, giving it all I got till the wheels fall off its hinge. Been binge watching Love Island I guess I'm into reality too.
We are here to celebrate the 2nd annual Grammy Hip Hop Block Party. We wanted to bring a complex con feel with the runway show. So we wanted the whole event to feel like fashion, and so people weren't waiting around for a fashion show. We wanted them to feel like they were on a fashion floor. Graciously Noticed, Destroyer, Jesus Wept, Harvard and Yale, Tyler Van Gotti, Warehouse, Breathe by Brandon, Converse, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
It's so crazy. Like he said, from skate shops to Grammys, I graduated 2 years ago. Now look at us. We're at the Grammy Museum doing a sold-out fashion show. And we got all these people out here doing amazing things on all different floors. It's beautiful to see.
So if you see every single outfit on this runway tonight was literally brought to life from a cartoon that we saw as a kid and brought them to life in a Destroyer way, in a high fashion way, with the best fabrics, the best quality, and the best people behind it, so we couldn't do it any better.
So this is actually all new, a new line I'm dropping this summer called Dear Summer. It's heavily inspired by hip hop, the 90s, the early 2000s. So all the music reflected that. The oversized looks, the baggy jeans is what I grew up on. So I wanted to reflect that in this summer's collection. Everything went amazing. Shout out to my team, my family. So we got the polyester tracksuit with the Graciously Noticed, the 3M. So when the reflection hits, when the light takes a picture, it lights up. On the back, we got the big logo on the back. We got the notice going down the side because we want to be noticed at all times. My man's right here. We got the knitted, oversized, Graciously Noticed custom piece. We got the 24 because I grew up a Kobe Bryant fan. You know what I mean? So just so y'all know that.
I am hyped for Tyler Van Gotti and Benjamin Carter's pop-up performance. That's gonna be tight.
Baby, you're right there. And how could I go on? And how could I go on like this? Knowing that your touch exists and knowing you don't give a oh, how could I go on? How could I go on like this? In his shoes, my shirt, so cool, so rehearsed. I was first. Let's get to it. Set the call, and I'll get through this. You'll get off. I'm begging you, don't stop, baby, right there. And how could I go on?
Tonight, I'm just here to perform a set of 4 to 5 songs, all original songs that were on my last record, Black Boys on the Radio Part 2. I'm excited to just share what that means to me. What does it mean to be a black person in rock music and celebrating the origins of rock really being with black people. I have a playlist called Make Rock Black Again, and I put on artists all over the world that are black rock artists doing their thing. So I'm excited to kind of get to share some of that ethos tonight.
You don't stop, babe, we're right there.
Y'all know we gotta keep turning it up each year, so I appreciate you guys. I'm thankful to have the opportunity to put this event together, but it wouldn't be possible without MJ, without all the people that's happening. So make sure you go around and check out, all the different activations that's happening. But MJ, I'm gonna turn it back over to you, bro.
And I'm here to present my new game series called Urban Music, a game night for music nerds, a fun, interactive trivia game for everybody that loves music. I started to learn people want to do something interactive with music. So I kind of just let's do this. I think it's a great alternative than just going to performances all the time. So I just think it's something to challenge people's knowledge on black music. It's not the typical questions. It isn't, there are some questions, who's the first #1 song on Billboard, all that type of things. But these are the type of questions that is going to make you think a little bit, you know the answer, but you don't know that you know the answer.
You'll see in this game that it'll get a little competitive because everybody can play from their phone. And so you'll see the top score and things like that and people reactions on that. Oh, I thought I knew that answer.
what makes this event is all of the people that are taking part in the activations, bringing their networks together, bringing their audience together. And I'm so excited for the podcast, the live podcast that we're getting ready to do. I'm actually a fan of the show. So I reached out, like, hey, would you want to do a live Culture United here? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? We got some Culture United fans here. Also, give them another round of applause, Well, we got an amazing panel that's getting ready to come and, talk culture. We're going to talk culture. So without further ado, I want to give a big round of applause to our host, Justin Hunt.
I decided to launch my own independent platform, The Company Man, after I left Hip Hop DX. And I had a lot of stories that I wanted to tell. There's also a lot of freedom that I wanted. And so having my own platform became obviously the perfect way to interact with the audience directly. And it's taken a number of forms over the years. Initially, it started with mostly think pieces. Last year, I've started evolving into reactionary news. It's more podcast style, more radio style. And then I created a platform called Culture United, which brings a number of prominent voices across media, whether they're artists, whether they're journalists, whether they're actors, bring them all together in one conversation that we have monthly to tackle the most viral conversations. And I think more than anything else, this is a time in media, but also in life and in culture, where it's very important to collaborate across boundaries and to work with people that you respect in the space, and that's what we try to do with Culture United.
This is another reason why I'm so honored that each of these panelists decided to join this conversation, because if you just look at the range of experience, the reflexive knowledge, the depth of relationship, the effortless positive energy and mind grapes, as was once said on 30 Rock, this is a product of dedication for the past 20 years, if not their entire lives. You know what I mean? And so what Jason Martin said is real. You start looking up and you know everybody for so long and everyone's just still on that same journey and working together that a lot of times you forget how far you've traveled when you look back.
I actually wanted to add to what Jason said and what we've all collectively said as far as having that network of people. And I think a really important thing is to have genuine relationships. Like Jason said, we've known each other for so long, but we're not hitting each other up to say like, hey, Head, can you get me into this show? Or can you give me this opportunity? Jason, can you hook me up with this artist for this feature? It's not that. Build genuine relationships, and they're going to want to naturally help you win and see you win.
100%.
She hit it on the head.
Now, the NBMC, they nurture Black musical excellence and leadership, actively pursue pathways to prosperity, formalize education and professional structures to mentor future musicians and creators. We did our first jam session within BMC last year, and we had a great time. We had everybody from touring professionals to kids bringing their ukuleles up. Spud, you was here, you remember that, so it was a great time. So we're gonna let them kick it off, but we're gonna turn this into an open jam. So I'm gonna turn it over to you.
The National Black Musicians Coalition, we got together, Spud, myself, and some other great friends who are musicians. We came together to just address the needs for African-American musicians in our workspace to be a space of resource, a space of community, a space of empowerment to just help those who want to be professionals, those who are professionals, those that need direction, so that at the end of the day, all of those musicians will have like a great life. That's what's important to me.
We're mentors, so as you know, being a mentor, you're able to kind of help corral people together and get people excited about joining in, and we're playing with them. So you know, all of the nervousness will go away once the beat starts. You know, but the whole point is to just give everybody the experience of. Some people the experience of playing with professionals that they probably never played with before. We try to do for bridging the gap between the younger generation of professionals to the people that have been doing it for years and decades. So
there aren't many opportunities like this on this level, and so when you connect with events like this at the Grammy Museum, anytime it happens, I suggest you guys show up because it's something that's good. If nobody sees you, nobody will know how great you are.
I'm very thankful for the support from the Department of Cultural Affairs. We approached putting this event together was who are the people that are in these worlds that can bring these activations to life. And I feel like everybody has done that. They've pushed the limits of, you know, what they were initially assigned to, and they pushed the limits of it. So it just makes me feel good that everybody is doing everything that they can to make this the best experience as a whole.